Welcome back everybody to another Warpath video. Today's video we're going to talk about factions and some of the unit types of those factions. So if you want to know which troop types to invest in and you're interested to know a little bit more about the troop types, stay tuned to the video. And if you would, please click the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed the video and hit the notification bell so you can see all my new videos. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you supporting the channel. Let's get into the video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the difference between some of the factions. A lot of new players, they wonder sometimes why or what the difference is between some of these factions. And as you can see over here, we have Vanguard, which is the gray symbol. We have the blue, which is Camp Liberty. And we have the red, which is Martyr's Watch. And so out of these three factions, what is the difference mainly between all of them? And as a new player, sometimes we don't know which one to go for. We don't know which unit type to go for. We don't know what to invest in or what to assemble to invest in. And so I'm going to do a brief breakdown of this. This is not an extensive breakdown. I don't want this video to be too long. So if you would, guys, please click the thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment down below. If you have additional information. Everybody that watches it could be looking at this and could want to know more information, and we can all help each other out. So let's do that as a community. But this is what I have found in the brief 2 to 3 weeks that I've been playing the game. In my research, I have found that Vanguard right here is mainly a German type of unit. So I've noticed that, the German units are very defensive, and that is kind of what Vanguard does. So if you're the type of player that wants to grow and play defense a bunch, maybe you're not part of a team that's always aggressive but very defensive in nature and you win battles by defense, Vanguard seems to do very well with that aspect. You have the blue team, which is Camp Liberty. Liberty as the blue team, these ones are mainly American. And so a lot of the tanks and all the units and stuff are a lot American, and they are really attack heavy, meaning the stats that they have in the units in which they offer are very powerful in attacking, whereas Vanguard was very powerful in defense. Their defensive stats are very high. So that's what's good about Camp Liberty. And then you have the red team, which is, some people I've heard are for it, not for it, but Martyr's Watch is mainly a Russian type of unit. And the Russian units do very, very well on the field. They have a lot of things, and a lot of people know Martyr's Watch because when they very first enter the game, they pretty much get some of the rockets from this type of troop type. They want to build up as fast as possible. So a lot of times we don't really know which faction to kind of go towards. And at first, when you're doing these factions and you go into your officer missions, which I will show you right here, you can go down to system. You can click on the camp rank. There's multiple places you can do it. This is just where I do it really fast. But I click this right here, officers missions, and you get all of these missions. Now, when you very first start the game, you get these 30-minute missions once you get up to a certain level on your base. And then after you begin to do a lot of the basic missions, 1 through 13, which you get most of your officers from, you then be able to do some of the campaigns and stuff like that. And you work your way through the campaigns. And as you progress and get higher on your base, more of these open up. Now, the higher that you get in this, which you can see, I have my first skill, then my second, then my third, when I unlocked it. And as you can see, I have this bar here that's, showing me the difference in the levels. And so I begin to go up the levels right here. You can click the eye and it'll show you. I'm on my third one. So I had this one and then this one and then affinity, and you go up from there, and the officer missions unlock as they go. Now, what's so important about this is not only the time duration that it takes to do these, because I'm on the third one, and as you can see, they're 7 hours, and it takes 3 commanders to be able to do these 7 hours. So as you know, there are 3 commanders for Martyr's Watch, there's 3 commanders for Liberty, and there's 3 commanders for uh, Vanguard. And so there's kind of like an exceptional extra or whatever. So what happens is you, and I say extra because you have 3 and 3, and then you could do 3 again, but all of these are 7 hours, and maybe my unit types that I want to work on or get the most power aren't out of all 3 of these factions. So a lot of the older players have told me you want to key in on at least 2 of these. One for sure, your strongest one, because what you want to do is you want to bring it up so that you get these bonuses right here. So as they go up, you get some of these other stats, and also you work towards getting higher in on these missions right here, like me trying to hurry up and level this up so I can get to level 4. And you would ask, like, why is that important, Grant? Well, the reason it's important is because right here you get these crates in level 3. You don't get them in level 1, you don't get them in level 2, but on these level 3, the one that I'm on now, the 7-hour ones, you start opening these crates every time you complete the missions, and now you're getting a universal coupon, or you're getting some of these goodies right here. You're getting the copper chest, which you need to be able to make stuff. So anyway, you begin to get in these chests, and so the higher you get these up, the quicker, the more you can, key into a certain faction that you're trying to build up. So this is super important as to what you pick. So what I pick is I pick 2, and then I go back and I do some of the under ones for the factions that I'm trying to build up. That's a key thing involved in that. And then as far as the units are concerned, as you can see, Vanguard the gray, and then I have Martyr's Watch, and then I have Camp Liberty. Now, each one of these are unique in its own aspect. You don't want to try to do everything and be too broad, but you need to figure out what your play style is. So if you're the type of person that likes attacking on the field all the time, maybe Martyr's Watch is more for you. If you're the type of player that tries to nuke people, or base to base, or like heavy attacking and stuff like that, really powerful, maybe Liberty is for you. Or if you're the type of player that just likes to grow and you play defense, meaning you come in on field and you help the guys defensively to, it might be outnumbered, or, trying to survive a wave of attack, maybe Vanguard is for you because they're heavy, you can sponge for a lot of people that might be, attackers. So you have to decide your play style. Now, what I did notice is it is kind of left up to chance. And what I mean by chance is because when you start doing all of the campaigns right here, and you work your way up, and you also start completing some of the events, which gives you these little tickets right here. So you take these and you open them up and you get like a tank. It is by chance what you get. And that in itself is kind of like, a lot of people are like, well, why did you choose this? Well, sometimes when you're upgrading the units, especially trying to get them to, 5.5 stars or 6 as a gold or so forth and so on, how or what you get in the tickets, in the events and miscellaneous things dictate kind of what you can upgrade. And so everybody gets these BM13s. Everybody gets a Tiger. I think you pay 99 cents for the Tiger, or you eventually get it. I mean, I eventually got it on one, but you get the Tiger or whatever. Some people, get the infantry units and stuff, or like the Sherman, which that's not the name of it. That's the upgraded version. But needless to say, you start getting some of the same unit types, and you have to pick which ones are relevant or not. So for me, in my decision, I tried to get a lot of the units that I had heard were very good up in level quickly, because there were a lot of people within the first 2 weeks that wanted to war, wanted to fight, wanted to, take over, wanted to do a bunch of stuff. So I didn't have 2 or 3 months to stockade a bunch of stuff and then pick from later on. And so that's why I hurried up and did a lot of things. But I heard that the Tiger was very, very good for a sponge because of its defensiveness and Vanguard. So I got that. Also have not upgraded my Lion all the way, but I intend to. As a super heavy later on in the game is a good one. But I had heard that the Bishop in Liberty was very, very good on the field as far as like, attacking and stuff like that. Very powerful. And so I took the opportunity and sieged the opportunity to get that up to 6 stars as a tank hunter. I did have a medium. Medium's kind of like a jack of all trades, so I know it's not like specific to something. So some people don't really deal with mediums, but luck had it that I was able to, upgrade to the Sherman medium very easily. It just kind of fell in place with all the tickets. So that's why I did that. And of course, my infantry like that. So I tried to have different things that, artillery, and I have this down here. The howitzer does really good with Liberty or whatever. I tried to get units that kind of fell in line, but I felt like were pretty good. And I know everybody has their own style on what they pick and choose in the different camps. But once again, you have to understand that, Vanguard is going to be mainly defensive. So that's my sponge. Some of my attacking units, like this one, I knew for sure was going to be a good attacking unit. And also, I know sometimes the howitzer is pretty good. And there's some other ones, but Liberty being very attack heavy. And then by chance, I mean, it just kind of fell in line with the tickets that I had upgrading. I had the BM-13 and also the infantry. So these two, I didn't put like a whole bunch into, I haven't really, assigned any components to it or anything like that because, I'm still kind of weary of it. But like for this one that I know is going to be good, I've went down quite far working towards all the components to be able to pump into that, as well as my Tiger. I really like my Tiger, and so I did that. But it's all about what kind of units you like to do in your play style. And so that's what I'm trying to bring home is that you want to key in on what camp you want to bring up fast. You want at least two out of the three. That's the best play style so far that most players have seen. And then you want to use your unit types for that or whatever. So that's super key. Also, with some of the VIP stuff, I think, let's see, you can get some of these tickets at VIP 8. So if you're a type of person who likes to spend a little bit and stuff like that, maybe like a medium spender, the tickets are really good at VIP 8 so that you can, kind of pound away at some of the units and stuff like that through here to try to, maximize your attempt. Every time you get into this, you can choose a faction and then it gives you a real good unit. So that way you can try to assemble some of them. Let's see if I have any assembled. See, I have some that need to be assembled. So some of these low ones, Char, we're going to go ahead and do this. And it's going to assemble some of them. And then we can see what else we got. So nothing else kind of hit in that aspect. But yeah, we just keep plugging away until seeing what chance has it on what faction and what we get for that. But to end it, there are ways to get gold tickets, and then you can get a specific faction. So keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave some comments down below and any questions that you might have. Until next time, guys. Peace.